This video is about wallpaper removal. I know nowadays nobody puts wallpaper on, but if you are buying a house on a budget and you all you see is wallpaper all over the place, but the house has good bone, so you have to negotiate. And if you end up buying that house and you get stuck with the wallpaper like me, I want to show you how to take it off easily. There's plenty of videos online. You're going to see people use different tools. I found this secret method of removing the wallpaper. It's very simple. All you do is find a corner and pull it down. That's all I did. I had wallpaper all over the house. All I had to do is find a place that's coming out, and then I held onto it with my thumb and my fingers. I pulled it all down. That's all you do. It's very simple. As you see on the video, it's not a joke. I didn't use any special tool. As you see it on the video, do exactly what I'm doing. Pull it down. So you go one by one. And this is just one layer of wallpaper. In the other places of the house, I had found wallpaper multiple layer. Could you believe? 3 layers of wallpaper. That's when you have problem, because the first layer that was put on originally is already welded, melted, whatever you want to say. It doesn't want to leave the wall. So those you will have hard time with. But next, in the future, if I ever encounter situations like that, I'm going to make videos to help you out, to show you how to remove those wallpapers. This particular one, most houses have one layer like this one. You just pull it down. If it doesn't want to come out, don't worry about it. Pull as much of wallpaper as you could pull down. Then the rest you will handle with the glue that it has. You see the wall is yellow? That's not the color of the wall. That's the color of the glue that they use for the wallpaper. You cannot paint the wall with this glue on, no matter what you do. So what you have to do is you get a container like this and you put water. I already add water. Now I'm going to do vinegar. Simple as that. 2/3 of water, 1/3 of vinegar. If you put half and half, that's even better. You could put half water, half vinegar. That's going to work perfect, because the vinegar has acid and it works great to remove the glue. There sell so many products out there, so many chemical out there for you to use. If you want to use, go ahead, but I recommend simple basic ingredients like this one. You can't go wrong with this. Vinegar and water mix 50-50, or you could do 75-25 vinegar on a container like that. Then you just spray. As you see me spraying, you spray it a couple of times. Don't worry about water going down to the floor, because you're going to have rags down there. If you notice on the bottom of the floor where the wall ends, I place some rags there to collect any water. That's important because you do not want the water to pass down from the wall into the cracks of the floor and go to the next floor, which you might give you more problems than you need. So first, as you see, I put plastic on the floor because this job is about to get messy, So you just shave this thing off. Once you have all the spraying on, you start from one side of the wall, let's say 2 feet wide, and you spray. Spray a couple of times, wait a couple of minutes, and when you see it's getting soft, the glue is soft, you just take a scraper like this and scrape it off. As easy as that. It's not a joke, folks. This video it's uncut. I just want to show you that I didn't do anything special. I sprayed on the mixture of vinegar and water. I waited and until the wall looks like this, until the glue looks like that, soft, it's about to come out. You take a scraper, it could be a rubber. I prefer rubber in the beginning because you don't want to use metal, because it might do more damage to the wall, because you gotta paint the wall eventually. So use rubber scraper first, unless you want to use metal, you can, but I use rubber, take as much as I can. Then I came back with a metal scraper to take off any stubborn glue that didn't want to come out. So you see, it's very simple, folks, very easy. Only worst thing of this job, only bad thing about this job is you would have to do a lot of prep work. Like you got to do something with the floor, you got to cover up stuff, you got to have old rags nearby, because this glue is sticky and it gets messy. Luckily it's wet, so you don't have to worry about it too much. So I'm doing last demonstration right now. This one is unique because it has wall and door mixture. Can you believe there was wallpaper on the door and the wall? I guess that's how people in the 80s lived. They had a way to decorate the house. Now I have an issue with this, that I have to go and remove it. I didn't think they were planning on removing this thing anytime soon. So now that we have to remove it off the door, it's the same process you follow. You spray the door a couple of times. The difference between the wall and the door is the door is made out of wood, so the glue sticks on it more than it did on the wall. So now you have to spray multiple times. Like on the wall, I sprayed 3 times, and that was it. On this door, I would be spraying multiple times and wait for a couple of minutes until it softens, because the glue is dried up and it held onto the door more than it did on the wall. So as you see, I'm spraying because I'm literally spraying over and over again to get it soft, until you saw a few seconds ago on the other part of this video. So once I get to that stage, I'm going to start scraping. So I'm waiting at this point, waiting until the glue gets softened and looks like it's getting ready. It's not what I would want it to be. You see, I take my finger, I'm scraping it. It's not what I would want to be. I would like to be at more softer and easier to scrape off. So I'm still waiting a little bit, let the acid of the vinegar get into the glue, and and to make my job much easier. Right now, I'm testing it like this because I'm not liking the way it's looking. So that means it needs more spraying. So I will be spraying more. One more time, probably do it. Then once the spraying is done, you want to wait. Don't scrape right away. Because if you scrape right away, what's going to happen is you're going to have to go spray again. Why? Because you're removing the glue and the water together. You don't want to do that. You want to let this mixture, get into the glue. Work 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes. 5 minutes would be too much. Because then what happens is the mixture dries up and the glue dries up. So you want to scrape it off while it's still wet. So that's 2-3 minutes is fine. You spray within a minute or 2 minutes maybe, you start scraping. In this case, I didn't even start scraping yet, which I will, because I'm not done with spraying. So this is the method in a nutshell, where you spray, you wait, you scrape. 3-step, all right? But the first, most important, is you mix the water with vinegar. That's most important, because with water, you will never get this result. You have to add vinegar. It's vinegar, like I said, had acid in it. So right now it's looking good. I'm gonna start scraping, and you're gonna see the results. Folks, I've been through these wallpaper in the beginning, and I had nightmares. Now I found out a way to do this, and you see how life is so much easier. Only problem I have is cleanup, that's all. But the fact that the glue comes out like this, when I prepare the wall for painting, I would be smiling. Why? Because I don't have to worry about this glue. If you ever worked with the wallpaper and didn't clean the wall properly and you started painting, you would know exactly what I'm talking about. You have a little bit of this glue on the wall, you could forget about painting, because you're not painting. It's not going to work. Because the glue gets softened when you put paint on top of this glue. What happens is, you see what happened with the spray? That's what happens with the glue. It starts getting softened and you can never paint. Your roller gets all sticky. Now you got to throw the roller out. You got to stop what you're doing and scrape the glue off the wall like we are doing right now. So in this particular demonstration right here with this door, folks, it's giving me a hard time because the glue is hard stuck into the door. But that's not a problem. You keep on spraying and you keep on scraping. One last thing is, you want to use the metal scraper, because those stubborn glue did not come off with the rubber scraper. So I'm using the metal one, as I saw. It's a potty knife, but you could use a wider knife if you like. The potty knife did just fine for me. If you haven't subscribed already, you are watching, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share with your family and friends so that they will benefit. And if you have any questions or comment, please don't forget to leave a comment below. I appreciate positive feedback. If you have any other concern, please let me know in the comments. And as always, I welcome positive criticism.